Hello, welcome everybody to the February company update. This month we have a special guest. His name is Tim Barkman. He's with us out of our Oklahoma office, as you can tell from his hat. I think his story is very interesting because he came to us with zero experience and is now a foreman. And he's not the only person to have that story here at Welle Electric, but we wanted to highlight the progress that you can make through Welle Electric. And Tim is a great example of that. But I'd like Tim to explain his background outside of Welle Electric.
Yeah, so I was actually born and raised overseas. Spent most of my life until I came to college overseas in South America. So and then went through college in the early 2010s. And then around about 2019, when I was dating a young lady, I moved here to Lawton. It worked out. We ended up getting married, been married for about 5 years now, well, almost 6. So I got a random phone call from McCall Amundsen. Those of you who have been around for a while know who she was. That she said, "Hey, I'm with Welle Electric. I'd like to interview you." And so I came to the shop with zero experience. I kind of figured I'd do the interview. Didn't really have a whole lot of shot to get a job, but you know, as God would have it, I went through the interview process, was offered the job, started in July of 2019, as David mentioned, as a level 1 apprentice with zero experience. I didn't know how to wire an outlet when I started. You know, through the training opportunities that we have here at Welle Electric, through Scott, through the apprentice program, through even hands-on training just on the job, I was able to work my way up through the 4 levels of apprentice, and then, you know, studied hard for my journeyman exam. Had the opportunity to take it as soon as possible, as soon as I had my hours, and was able to pass that. You know, and the company preaches merit, you know, and so you work hard, you are able to work your way into positions. They will put you in positions because of your hard work that you've put into it. And you know, I'm evidence of that. So I was able to keep grinding, just keep working hard, keep showing up, you know. And about a year later, I was offered the position of foreman. So as the next step in my journey as an electrician and as a leader, I was able to take that. And so that's where I'm at. That's here. I'm here. It's
a fun story of taking each of the different processes that we have here at Welle Electric to try to, you know, grow someone into that. Obviously, some people like getting off at different levels, and that's, you know, that always ends up being their choice. And others, you know, plow through, and it's been a very smooth transition. Any special moments that just kind of stand out to you at Welle Electric?
Ooh. I think that feeling of taking the test, finding out that I passed. You know, I got a phone call from you on my drive home. Just that excitement to know that my hard work of over a 4-year period, and then the hard work to spend hours studying, you know, with Scott and the journeyman prep class and on my own. That kind of culmination of passing that test, getting that card was a pretty special moment for me and a highlight for me.
I think of, you know, I've called a lot of different people, and when you find out, it is exciting for just so many people. In the office, we have a weekly report that we fill out. When someone passes their journeyman's test, it ends up making, you know, 5 to 10 people's weekly highlight. People that sometimes haven't even met the person who passed the test. They're just excited for their development. And the same happens with other things, with internal promotions. I think sometimes it gets lost inside of it, just how much people making a difference for people shows up in people being excited for their coworkers as it goes along. Speaking of people making a difference for people, any individual people that made a difference for you in the journey that you've had?
Yeah, I mean, so obviously I think Drew had a lot, you know, trusting me in positions, encouraging me to be in those positions. And someone I think who doesn't actually get a lot of credit was when I first started as a level 1 guy. I was in prefab as some as a lot of inexperienced guys are. And Wes was the head of the prefab shop then, and he took some time to really just kind of show me the very basics, because like I said, I didn't know anything. Even beyond anything beyond just simple hand tools, I really wasn't familiar with. So he took time to teach me just the basics and give me a good foundation. So those are a couple people that have had an impact in my life.
All right. Well, thank you for mentioning those two individuals. And again, it's very fun to hear that, to have different talks about that. With the company meetings, I kept sharing a story over and over again that I saw where I had someone come pull me aside and say, this guy over here has really made a difference for me. And that really, it brings joy that the person recognizing that someone else is part of their success, because we all have that. Yep. We all have that. Absolutely. In our lives. And like for me, and as I always talk about Larry Marcus, making a big difference in my upgrowth is learning about the industry and being successful. People who do it and did it for my sake, it's moving. It's really moving and almost emotional. So thanks a bunch. Thanks for taking time to talk to us today.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
All right.
So. Update information, an update from HR for the month of February. So we're going to go through anniversaries for February, new hires for January, as well as a couple of other housekeeping things on the HR side, so that everybody has the same information. Let's start with new hires that we had in January. We had 3 new hires in the month of January. We had on January 5th, we had Cody Gunn, who is an apprentice in Minnesota, join us. We had Andrew Kuhn, who is a journeyman in Oklahoma City. And we had Josh Thompson, who is the PE intern based out of Lawton, Oklahoma for now and through the summer. So if you see those guys, welcome them to the team. For anniversaries for the month of February, we have David Chapin, who on February 1st will be here 35 years. And then we have Scott Robertson, who on February 2nd will be here 17 years. And we have Tim Whidbey, who on February 6th will be here 3 years. And Tim is based as an apprentice based out of Nebraska, currently traveling in Minnesota. We have Caleb Dilley, who is the project manager in Nebraska, and on February 9th will be here 11 years. And we have Alex Stockton, who is an apprentice based out of ADM, and on February 10th will be here 1 year. We also have Lucas Florin, who is a drafter, and he is in the Minnesota office, and on February 11th, he is here 7 years. And Dylan Moser, who is an apprentice based in Nebraska, and on February 13th will be here 3 years. We have Sam Barr, who is also an apprentice, and Sam is based out of ADM in Minnesota, and on February 17th will be here 1 year. We have Brittany Bohahi, and on February 19th, Brittany will be here 11 years, and Brittany has an office in Lincoln, Nebraska, where she works in the accounting department. We have Chad Merrick, who on February 19th will be here 19 years, and Chad is a maintenance tech in Lawton, Oklahoma at the Goodyear plant. We have Jose Borrego, who on February 22nd will be here 5 years, and Jose is an apprentice in Lawton, Oklahoma. And wrapping up our anniversaries in February, we have Brad Lewis, who on February 27th will be here 3 years, and Brad is based out of Nebraska. So thank you for your dedication to Wilmer Electric and another year of service here to those in your communities as well as to Wilmer Electric. Just a couple reminders, W-2s were sent out here in the last couple weeks, so make sure that you have checked your email. For those of you who elected to have it mailed to you, please keep a watch in your mailbox for your W-2 to come. If you have issues, please feel free to reach out to Margie Larson. Margie can answer any of those questions that you may have on your W-2s. Just know that we are entering into the evaluation, our annual evaluation time. So watch for evaluations to be set up, and they're coming here in the next couple months. for individuals. Just know that we will be adjusting how we do evaluations. They'll be going through the employee portal, and you will get more information in regards to that, or you, as the time comes for your evaluation to be completed. And then just as a reminder, all the new benefits have started. Watch for emails to come if you haven't already received them, to come from the various insurance companies to sign up for portals for like the new health insurance portal or the new HSA portal. Everybody should have received an email in regards to the tuned hearing information on how you can utilize that. So please be watching for that email. For those emails as well, take advantage of signing up for those portals. Also watch the weekly brief for benefit information updates and other information that comes out in regards to that. Things like the teledoc information will be in there if it hasn't already been in there. All those kinds of things. The transfer form for HSA stuff will be in there if you haven't already done that. So please watch for those things as information continues to come out in regards to the benefits. If you do have questions in regards to those things, feel free to give me a call or email, and I can answer those as well. So thank you for all that you are doing. We continue to ask that you continue to be the difference for those around you.